last 5 minutes of everyone's one session. So if you're a bowler, you've got one over each.
Moon. Sorry, yeah, go Moon. Lovely row, Moons. Bit tall on it though. How's the squad feeling a couple of days out from the semi-final?
Yeah, I think there's a really good vibe around the group. Obviously, we've been in South Africa for a few weeks now and on tour for a little bit longer, but we're getting to the pointy end of the season, which is what we play for. So certainly today there'll be all of us will be up and about and ready to get our plans in place for Thursday night.
It looks very likely it'll be India who you're playing. Played a lot of them recently. What are you expecting?
I'm expecting it to be a huge contest. Obviously, they've pushed us significantly in the last few years and got a bunch of match winners in their lineup as well. So we're not expecting an easy game by any means, but I think if we do all the right things sort of today at training and tomorrow as well, hopefully we can come into that game feeling really confident. But as we know with semi-finals, everyone's starting from scratch and no one's got any points leading into that first semi. So we know we've got to be on our game from ball one.
What are those right things that you guys are going to try and do the next couple of days?
Obviously they set up slightly differently to South Africa in terms of their bowling unit. They play a lot of spinners, so I'm sure we'll see a lot of the batters, the top order facing a significant amount of spin, and then, we've seen with Shafali Verma and Smriti Mandana at the top there, they go pretty hard, and Ricky Ghosh in the middle. So we're not expecting it to be easy by any means, whether it's with the bat or with the ball, but we certainly know the style of play they've come at us with in the past, and they know ours pretty well too. So there won't be any surprises, I don't think, come Thursday afternoon.
Hi Beth, what are your thoughts on the swing bowler Renuka Singh? He was quite good during the first league stage Commonwealth Games as well, and she's utilised the conditions, the clustering conditions in South Africa pretty well. So have you been taking notes on her, and what has the chat in the group been like in terms of facing Renuka Singh?
We played against her obviously back in that series in India in December, and she's a handy bowler for them up front and a huge threat with that swinging ball as well. So if we can nullify that as early as possible, then that will hopefully set us up for a big total. As I mentioned, we don't take anyone in that Indian team lightly. We've got to have really clear and clinical plans against them, whether it's with the bat or the ball. But she's certainly one we'll have a look at as a batting unit as to how we can nullify her threat, because I think she's been pretty incredible this T20 World Cup.
One thing that has really stood out, or that's not a surprising element, is how Australia have utilised their depth. Somebody's come up for somebody, you've kept wicket for Alisa, Talia McGrath comes in and becomes the player of the match. What do you think this tells about Australia's depth in reality? Because it doesn't look like there's a second team in the competition who are able to utilise their depth as well as Australia have been able to so far.
I think that's just a combination of a number of things. Obviously a huge amount of investment from Cricket Australia over the last few years to get our domestic competition to the level it is at the moment, and also having people come in and out of the Australian squad at any moment who can play a game and win a game for us. And I guess that comes down to the culture that's been created too. We've got an environment here where the coaching staff, support staff and the players, we all thrive off each other's belief, and that means that anyone can go out there and contribute and be successful, whether they've come from the bench or outside the squad or anything like that. So I guess it's a bit of fortune, but certainly a huge amount of investment, not just into the game back home, but obviously into the culture and the environment here.
And within that narrative sits Grace Harris pretty well, because she was called up to the Ashes squad after you broke your jaw.
Yeah, she can thank me for that.
And she has gone on to really cement her place in this side, although she calls herself a specialist fielder. What are your thoughts on how Grace Harris has performed with the ball and the boundary that she scored first ball to seal the match the other day? Do you think she could be a real force to reckon with as far as the opposition is concerned in the semi-finals?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Grace obviously presents a different option for us through the middle there with the bat and obviously with the ball. So she's come into the team and she's been given a particular role, and she goes out there and nails it every time. So certainly someone who's utilised the opportunity that presented to her back in the Ashes last year, and hopefully she can score a few runs on Thursday if required.
Thanks, guys. Training's shortly getting underway, so we'll go one quick one each on Zoom, please, starting with Mel Farrell.
Okay. If it's just one, then I guess can I ask you, Beth, about Elise Perry? Just what you've observed from her. I guess having sort of been out of the team and not considered part of the best 11 for the Commonwealth Games. What do you see in her in the past few months that has made her force her way back into the 11? Anything specific?
No, I think Pez has just done Pez in the last few months. She obviously has evolved her game pretty significantly in the T20 format and takes the game on a little bit earlier, I'd say, than she has done in the past. But she's been pretty consistent with her behaviours, obviously across the time she's been in the Australian side. So I wouldn't say she's done anything a whole lot different. I think, obviously we had a couple of players missing in India and she got her opportunity back in the middle order there. And she absolutely took it with both hands. So, she probably had to wait a little bit of time that she wasn't expecting for that opportunity. But when she did, she absolutely battered the house down. And we've known for a long time that's what she's capable of. So it's really nice to see that she's been able to put that out on the park and win games for Australia with that style of play.
Cheers, Beth.
Thanks, Mel. Marina?
Hi, Beth. Firstly, all the best for the semis. My question is, since the last T20 World Cup, where you were the leading run scorer, you've been piling on more runs, and there's this tag of probably the most consistent batter in world cricket right now, which has been attached to you over these years. You didn't get a start in the first two games in this tournament, and there was a sense of worry of sorts from the outside already, which would probably not happen with any other player, because it's a pretty natural thing to happen in T20 cricket especially. Do you think this tag and the high expectation sets you apart that way, and does it put any other extra pressure on you in a tournament like this?
Nah, not at all. I think I like to think I'm a pretty grounded kind of cricketer. Obviously, T20 cricket's pretty fickle, and if you think you're going well, it usually bites you in the bum. And if you're not going well and you sort of drag yourself around a bit miserable, it's going to last a bit longer than you want it to. So obviously, would I like to be scoring more runs? Absolutely, but that's the nature of the game that we play. You can do all the right things and not have a bit of luck here and there. And I don't even think form's the real thing in T20 cricket. I think it's just all about getting your plans right. And some days it comes off, some days it doesn't. But from Shell and my perspective, obviously outside you don't score runs in a couple of games and it's panic stations as we've seen before. And I guess my mindset is that we're all human and that's just the way cricket goes sometimes.
And final one from Kalyani.
Thank you, Pat. Beth, Meg is closing on to the 100 T20I. In the ODI World Cup, she completed her 100 ODIs. You've seen her throughout all of her journey, ups and downs. A word for your captain completing this milestone.
Yeah, obviously Meg's been a significant contributor to Australian cricket over a number of years, and she does it her way, and obviously her leadership's been second to none too. So yeah, I'm not surprised she's coming up to that milestone. Hopefully she's got a few more in her before she packs the kit bag away, but we'll all be right behind her on Thursday night in her 100th game, and as I said, hopefully she's got a few more in her, and we know that in a big game like a semi-final she'll absolutely lead from the front. So we're wishing Meg all the best, and hopefully we can get the win over the line and get her 101 games for Australia on Sunday.